Bloop. It's always somehow a shock.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on here.
But we have the 3, 2, 1 every time.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. We are Saturday, December 5th. And oh boy, 20 days.
Oh, I'm really not ready for Christmas. I'm glad somebody reminded me that I love Christmas because I was like, okay.
I'm really okay because my shopping experience, well, we'll get into that. Let me introduce myself first.
I'm already fed up with Christmas.
I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. We are, I said it's Saturday, December 5th. This is episode 138. I'd like to welcome new and returning viewers.
I'm Lynn, also known as Toll Baby, and you can find us on Twitter and YouTube as Two Tangled Skeins. Our blog is twotangledskeins.com, and we have a Facebook group.
And we have a Ravelry group. My name is Selma, Selma123 on Ravelry, and that's right, we've got a Ravelry group. So come on over and enjoy the group, enjoy conversation, giveaways.
Enjoy the madness. And you can find Sue and I on Instagram as Crafty Knitter 7 and Toll Baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can find Sue on Instagram a lot lately.
Oh dear, are you a little addicted lately?
She was
What am I
participating in
doing
the
Get your wishes
granted thing that was going on yesterday. It was crazy pants.
Is it still going on?
I don't know. I haven't bothered to
Because
log on.
I have no idea what they're talking
Somebody
about. 'Cause I'm not
in our Facebook chat group gifted something to someone today, and I've gifted 2 things, but I haven't asked for a second thing. So we'll see.
So you ask for something?
Yeah, you go on, you find somebody's wish you can grant, then you ask for a wish.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sending a project bag to somebody, and I'm sending some yarn to somebody that was looking for specific.
My daughter's class is on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram. Apparently they're posting projects on Instagram all the time. But I don't get to see them because I'm not on Instagram, so...
See, that's why I have my
Perhaps
Instagram
Sue will
forward
get
to
me into
Facebook.
shape. Will you get me into Instagram shape?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you think Ravelry's addictive.
Oh,
So as I was
come on.
saying, Christmas. And yes, I know not all of you celebrate Christmas, but I do.
I don't.
That's why I said that.
I know.
And basically, my Christmas shopping experience has been this. Click, add to cart, checkout. Done.
Yep.
I gotta get on that because I'm already behind on that
Everybody
too.
in this family has an Amazon wish list.
Oh, that's very handy.
Yeah, and you can add things from other sites onto your Amazon wish list. So, yeah.
Cool.
You
So-
smell really good.
I smell good?
It always does. I know, me going around the office sniffing her wouldn't be a good thing.
Like, what smells good? My shampoo smells good. I don't know. Anyway.
So
Thank you.
Just a completely derailed thing.
Easily derailed. Very easily distracted.
So you guys have foes. I don't.
I do.
Go for it.
Foes.
What
Okay.
you got?
What you got?
Do you want to wait till you get to the end of your row?
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, I just got to reach down here. I've got 2 foes.
Me too.
And they were 2 whips last time I was on, which was like a good month ago.
3 weeks ago,
3
I
weeks
think.
ago.
Well, you guys didn't record last week.
No,
No.
we recorded 2 weeks ago, and you were on 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I think.
I was on after Halloween because I was here for Halloween.
Pretty
Was I
sure
on
you
after
were.
that? Anyway, whatever. So the last time I was here, I was knitting these socks out of opal
I love
little
that
prints.
yarn.
I can't remember what the number of the colorway is. Oops, we forgot the sock blockers.
I love
Although
that color.
I've had a chance to wash them. I've had a chance to block them. And they're for my friend who's got small feet, but these fit here quite nicely. Anyway, so this is the opal little prints, one of the colorways. I can't remember what it's called. And it's a basic toe-up sock with a basic gusset heel. And they were super duper quick. And I did a twisted rib here at the top. And yeah, I did them in 5 days, I think. I just kind of whipped off my needles. I don't know
They're
what happened.
really cute colors.
You know what it is? It's the stripy yarn, right?
Yeah.
Once I get going, I
Gets
just
addictive.
cannot stop until I get to the next stripe. And oops, guess what? Next stripe comes along
It's
and I
not-
still can't stop.
It's not just one more row, it's one more stripe.
They're
Yeah.
just like chips.
Yeah, and you know the repeats are long enough that it would take you a long time to get to the next time you'd see the orange again, and then I'd want to continue. Anyway, I just knit them very fast, and I really like this method of basic sock knitting with the basic gusset heel. It's really easy. It's by Wendy D. Johnson. Now that's where I got the pattern anyway, and I do the magic loop cast on, and it just goes very fast, and I really like it. So that's one.
Do you have to mail those, or does she live here?
No, she lives here. It's for my friend Joyce, and she was the one I was with in Prince Edward County in the summer.
Who's the one who lives in Toronto? Dana?
Dana,
okay.
yeah. She moved to Toronto last year. And then...
Oh, wait for it.
I'm calling this an FO, but the ends haven't been sewn in, and it hasn't been blocked.
The knitting is done.
But the knitting is done.
In my books, that's done.
Yeah, so I was like, is this an FO? Is this still a whip?
No,
it's a FO.
So, this is one of my not my Ravelry yarns, one of my Rhinebeck yarns. So I'm very happy because I don't know if you recall, I said I'm not going back to Rhinebeck unless I use all the yarns I bought.
She's a bit of an overachiever.
So, this is, if you can see it.
Do you find the lighting a little orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is coming out as kind of, let's see if we can get it.
If we can.
It's purple.
This is a sort of dark, pucey burgundy color, and it's coming on
brownish orange.
Brownish.
Do you want me to open the blind?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can try.
Excuse me.
She'll be back in a moment.
So anyway, this is the featherweight cardigan by Hannah Fettig. Does this help?
Better? Yeah, a little bit.
It's a bit more bluey now as opposed to orangey.
I don't. Oh.
Oh, there we go.
How about now?
Now it's kind of gray.
But see, every time we say the colors
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Every time we say the colors aren't
It's
right,
a bit more bluey now, but anyway. So
I just stepped on a bag full of yarn.
So, as I said, it's the Featherweight by Hannah Fettig. I knit it in Bittersweet Woolery Stardust in the Wicked colorway, which I bought at Rhinebeck. And, even though I believe I said recently that I felt like I was a bit of a stockinette zombie, the yarn just kept me going on this because, honestly, it was getting a little on the boring side to knit. But I would knit it again. It's a very nice, basic, top-down cardigan. It's meant to be in lace weight or fingering weight and knit with 4mm needles. I knit it with 3.75 because I liked the fabric of that.
You were also worried mid-sweater that you wouldn't have enough yarn.
I was worried mid-sweater that I wouldn't have enough yarn, and I probably could have made the sleeves a tiny bit longer. I made them sort of, three-quarter length because I was worried. But in the end, the cardigan actually fits really nicely.
Were you in your PJs? When
I
you
was
sent
in my
me a
PJs.
picture?
I was like, look, it's finished. And
She texted me and I'm like,
interesting,
look, Selma.
interesting outfit you got on. But I wanted to try it on, so I just put it on, took a picture, and texted the pictures.
We'll take better pictures.
We certainly will. But it fits really nicely. I'm just really happy with it. Really, really happy. And this is my entry into the Featherweight Cal on the Volenvine group.
Because you need to use
Not
some Volenvine.
Yarngasm, the Yarngasm group.
Which is Volenvine yarn.
Yeah, but she's got a Featherweight Cal going. And so I can now enter it because it's done and it ends on December 21st. So if you happen to be knitting a featherweight and you're not in the Cal, go for it because I believe there are prizes. So I'm very happy with this, and I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. And it was being housed in my Jenna Rose handmade from Etsy bag, which I really, really like a lot. So those are my two faux. It was a 28-day cardigan.
That's your average.
It was exactly 28 days.
Did you say you were going to do what you were wearing?
Oh, yeah.
I just remember seeing it in the show notes.
While you're at it.
While I'm at it.
It's just funny that you have the skirt and the top, but not the...
Yeah.
She'll explain.
This is the Hill Country. It's actually meant to be a dress, but I made a sweater out of it. And it is a pattern that
It was
is
facing
by
that way.
Snowden Becker, and I decided to make the top. It's a bottom up seamless construction, and it's got a chevron. I don't know if you can see the chevron stitch on it, with a little tie thing here. And I made this 4 years ago, 2011, out of Cascade 220. And the pattern was fantastic. I loved it. And in fact, I loved it so much that I then fashioned a skirt out of the same pattern. And I think I probably will make a dress. I've really been kind of regretting not making a dress because it just fits really nicely. And I find the chevron stitch sits on the body really nicely. And the Cascade 220 has held up fantastically well. Those of you who've knit with Cascade 220, not the superwash, just the regular, you probably know that it's a great yarn. If you haven't knit with it, it really is like, there is no pilling on this sweater.
Nope. Not even in the armpits where it tends to.
Does
pill.
it?
Yeah.
What's the armpit?
No pilling.
No pilling, no nothing. It's just held up so incredibly well. I've worn this sweater at least 20 times in the last 4 years, I would say.
Well, and I mean, when you finish a sweater in the first month, you wear it a lot
That's true.
because you just finished it.
Yeah.
So it gets a lot of wear. And now you just rotate them.
Yes, I do. So anyway, I highly recommend the pattern. If you happen to be looking for a top or a dress, and I highly recommend Cascade 220. It's really good, solid yarn.
Cool. It's
Very good.
workhorse yarn.
It is. It's workhorse yarn. It looks good
See, I'm
4
reading
years
lingo.
later. And it's going to look good probably 5 years from now, too.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyway, there you go. Those are my FOs.
All right.
Anybody else?
My turn. This hat is... This is not working.
Okay.
It's ginormous. Look at it. It's turning into a huge bowl. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Bows. Whoop. I finished Rob's hat,
Oh!
which is almost identical to the hat you knit for your husband.
Except that yours isn't. Mine's kind of stripy. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
That is just
Can
a
I
basic...
try it on?
Yes,
for
you
the
may.
for the viewers?
It is just a basic 2x2 rib hat. I
Can be your
knitted on the fly. I sort of improvised the decreases because I couldn't remember how to do them. So, well, I couldn't remember any pattern decreases that I've ever seen. So I just kind of improvised.
Looks good.
And it took almost the entire 200-gram ball of yarn. This is Juliana's Fiber MCN worsted. It's a light worsted. It's not thick like Red Heart Super Cyber or anything. It's a fine worsted, but it's definitely heavier than a DK.
And this is a heavy hat, actually.
It's heavy. Yeah,
It's a really lush, heavy hat. So what size needles did you use?
I used 3.75 millimeter, which is the US 5, because that's what she did.
Did I use 3.75?
Yes, you did.
Is that what I had on my project page? Because I
Yes,
don't
you
remember it
did.
all. And you did 120 stitches like I
I
did?
did.
So we did our decreases a little differently up here, but yours look great too.
Yeah, I
think
just decreased every second knit rib, and then I just kept going from there. But
and whereas I did it on I started it
pearls.
on the pearls.
Yeah.
And then eventually got to the knit portion. Looks great. It's going to be an awesome hat. Wonderful color, wonderful feel.
I made him try it on to make sure it was long enough, but I didn't have any DPNs in Chicago, so I could either go out and buy DPNs, or he could bloody well wait for his hat till Christmas. Because
So he's bloody well waiting.
Yes. Well, he said that he did not mind waiting because he found his other hat.
Oh!
And might I ask where it was?
It was in the closet, put away
Of all
in
places.
a box, so it wouldn't get dusty.
Oh, he's knitworthy.
He is. So that's why he gets the MCN.
But had he worn it this year?
Well, no, he hadn't worn it this year. That's why
Okay.
I'm saying he couldn't find it for the winter. He had put it away in the spring last year.
Oh, I
and
thought he had
couldn't-
forgotten it at...
He thought he had forgotten it on the train,
But
but
he hadn't even
the
been wearing
last in the spring when he had brought the car in. I didn't realize that he thought he had forgotten it in the spring. I thought he had lost it recently.
Yeah.
But no, apparently it was in the closet, still put away with his scarf that I knit him, crocheted him, so that it wouldn't get dusty, because, yeah, he's never.
This is the man who wears the socks, takes them off, washes them, hangs them to dry. and then proceeds to the next day doing the same thing.
Which is why he needs more socks, because he only has 2 pairs. Yeah, he wore both pairs of socks while I was there last weekend. He's knit worthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He still hasn't put the damn curtain up yet, but I'm working on that.
Are you knitting a curtain for him?
I knit him a curtain several years ago.
You knit him a curtain?
He asked me to knit him a small kitchen curtain.
Oh,
and
he just needs the hardware.
Yeah, he just hasn't put the curtain rod up. He hasn't bought the curtain rod. So anyway, yes, that's the first faux. And that was done on a 3.75 millimeter, which is the US 5. I copied Selma completely, except for the decreases.
I think I have notes on my project page, so if you feel like copying too, go ahead and find it.
I mean, I've knit enough hats at this point that it really wasn't all that complicated.
No, but I had already knit Alejandro the same hat twice before. And one for my father as well. Yeah. So, I just kept doing the same thing over and over again.
You get to the point where you can knit hats in your sleep.
Yeah.
And the other thing I finished...
Ooh!
Was this? My checkerboard lace scarf is finally done. This is where I was 2 weeks ago, and this was the end. So, it is now finished. It is very long. Like, long enough to wrap 4 or 5 times. Several times around my neck.
You're going to block it?
Yes, I will block it. Eventually. So it's very, very squishy and very warm because I was wearing it at the beginning of the DBKN last night and I had to take it off because it's really cold in my house. I live in a basement and we don't have weather stripping on the front door, which I have to remedy. And my bedroom window doesn't seal, which I also have to remedy. So it's really cold at my house and I was freezing my butt off yesterday, so I put this on when we started the VK and within 10 minutes I had to take it off because it was hot. So it is a lovely, lovely pattern called Checkerboard Lace by Pearl Soho. When it blocks out, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to block it gently because, quite frankly, the yarn will sit nicely on its own. It curls when you leave it be, but I'm sure once it's gently blocked, it will be fine. It is made out of Bijou Basin Ranch Xanadu, which is their 100% cashmere. It is a heavy lace, light fingering. I would more call it a light fingering because it's almost sock yarn, but not quite. It is 100% cashmere, and it is soft as clouds. It's lovely. And that was knit on a size US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter. Those are my bows.
Nice.
Excellent. Do you want to start with whips?
Yeah, I will.
Hey, look what you brought back out.
Yes, I did, because I've only got 4 projects in rotation.
I don't think this is going to work.
These are socks for my daughter. They originally started for me. And I'm going to pronounce it right, Andrea. Gummy bear.
As opposed to?
Jelly bean.
Jelly bear, jelly bean.
They're the gummy jelly berry beans.
I thought you were going to say Goomy Bear or something like that.
So,
no.
The Goomy Bear sauce.
This is out of Felici from Knit Picks in the Gummy Bear colorway. I'm doing them 2 at a time on 2.75 millimeters. And it's just a basic, the foot part is just a basic stockinette. I think I might rib the leg for her so they stay up.
Finally decided they were for Ashley.
Actually, no, they're on 2.5s because I was knitting them for me.
You were knitting them for you, yeah.
And she tried them on and they fit. So yeah, they're for her.
They were too big for you, or?
No, they fit me.
She found them too girly.
I don't like them.
Oh, that's right.
No.
I don't know what's not to like, but that's another story.
So
she's not big on pink.
No.
But there's practically no pink in it.
Shush. It's a gift.
Shush. Ashley gets another pair of socks and she will be thankful for them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We use them, right? I'm sure Ashley uses all her socks.
If she can find them.
Oh.
Okay, Selma.
Yes. Ooh!
I'm wearing hand knit socks.
And Lynn is wearing her, were they the sunshine socks?
The pinstripe sunshine socks.
Pinstripe sunshine socks. Which,
I've
by the
worn
way,
them
she
like
gave me
4
a mini
times.
and I've already turned it into a square.
I know, so have I. I love that yarn.
So,
great.
the other thing I'm knitting is the Egg to Owl by Susan B. Anderson. And I am actually knitting 2. And I am at the part where I'm doing the wing. So I can just get
The wing?
It looks like a little owl.
It has wings.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Here.
Little wings.
It has wings.
Oh.
So, it's basically the primary colors.
Little winglets.
And then, I don't think I can do it with the
not with the DPNs on, but
No.
it folds around, the egg part folds around the owl, so you can hide it.
So, sorry, it's stuck in there, so I don't want to take it out. And then the other one I'm going to do, I already have the egg part done, and I'm going to do the body and the head yellow and the face blue. So, then I just have to do the feet and the nose, and I'm knitting this out of miscellaneous, some wool, some acrylic, I really don't know. It's on 3.75 millimeters, which is a US 5. And that is in my Silver Shed USA bag that someone gave me in a swap. Other thing I'm knitting, and once I'm done the 2 owls I can get on this, is the handbrake from Kay and Dan Jones of the Bakery Bears. Is there a big picture of this? I never know. No, there's not, but you guys probably know exactly what it is. Like. I'm knitting it out of Vanna White.
Yeah. Vanna's Choice.
Vanna's Choice in the eggplant colorway, and I just cast on the second ball, so that's pretty much true to color. That's what it looks like.
It's actually practically the same color as my
and I see
sweater.
I did do a mistake.
You made a mistake.
Yeah, I made a mistake where my purl bumps are one on top of the other, but I'm not ripping it out. Nope. And I can't remember what size it's on.
Should be 5. 5 millimeter.
4.5 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
So, and that is in my Nina Makes bag. Love it. Last but not least, I started a cross stitch this week. I'm in a swap, a firefly themed swap, and I am stitching up this for my partner.
Inevitable betrayal.
And so I started it, I think, 2 days ago. And that's about how far I've gotten. And this is Minions from my friend Mandy, my needle minder.
It's great.
Yep. And that's it. Next.
Your turn.
Okay. Mid-row, but that's all right. I am working on 2 things at the moment. Well, I am working on my crochet blanket, but I didn't bring it. I haven't actually added any squares to it, but I'd gotten a lot of minis from a bunch of nice people. And so they're all becoming squares. And so I've been knitting or crocheting squares like crazy, having lots of fun. So I hope next time to bring you and show you the sweater with at least 1 row added on. It's hilarious. My daughter keeps taking the blanket out. Did I say sweater?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. I meant blanket.
That's okay. You noticed
Sweater
before
obsessed.
the rest of us.
Yeah. Anyway, my daughter keeps wrapping herself in the blanket. She lies on it on the floor and then wraps herself and calls herself a burrito. She loves it.
Your Isla is...
She's an interesting character.
She's got spark.
She's got spark. Yeah. Anyway,
I wonder where she got that from.
She's enjoying the blanket already, and
she knows it's for her.
It was her birthday last week, and we had a party, a family party with friends over and stuff, and she was like, "Mom, you've got to show everybody the blanket that you're making me." So she's very excited about it, which is great.
Sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble getting yarn out of the yarn knit because I didn't wind the ball.
Yarn it down. So anyway, so so the blanket will be here at some point. And true to trying to get all my Rhinebeck yarn used up, I am working on the Nutkin socks.
Overachiever.
Do we know who designed the Nutkin socks? No. I do not know. But it's this kind of a pattern. I promised myself I would do some non-stockinette stuff coming up because I was getting a little tired of stockinette, so I found this pattern. This is also Bittersweet Woolery yarn in her Hero base, which is a BFL nylon base. And so that goes back to our conversation about different types of sock yarns and using other fiber rather than merino. Sheep still, but Blueface Leicester or Leicester.
Yeah.
And and this is in her idling colorway, which is kind of, it's looking minty here, but it's kind of a watery, minty, bluey, greeny.
It looks better the more you knit, because when you had the toe, I was just like, it's not really that great.
It's interesting because it looks quite different knit up than it does in the skein. There's the skein. Yeah. It looks more...
And it looks like a very sea glassy type color.
It does, but then when it's knit up, it's a little bit more earthy. But anyway,
it could be the texture of the pattern helping that too.
It could be, but I'm really enjoying the pattern. It's very, very simple.
And so how do you like knitting up her yarn?
It's great.
Awesome, isn't it?
I have to say, when I skeined this up, I couldn't stop looking at it. I even took extra pictures of it because I was like, it's such a beautiful color.
What's the composition of the Guilty Pleasures, Lynn?
It's merino and nylon, I think. Yeah, it's just a basic sock yarn, but it's so soft.
Yeah, it is so soft. I have 2 pairs, and my other skein is from 2014, and I haven't knit it yet.
So I am, I think this is actually supposed to be a cuff down pattern, but I'm turning it into a toe up. And I'm knitting it on my Chaogu 2.25 millimeter needles, and I think these are turning into my favorite needles from. I don't know why you hate them. I love them.
Addie,
I love soft
yarn. Addies are okay. I mean, they're all fine, right? What are we gonna say?
Takes all kinds.
But I have to say, I experimented because we were on the Rhinebeck trip when Elizabeth showed me how to do this.
Well, if you have
what do you call this?
Magic loop.
Addie Turbo Sock Rockets.
I do, but they're not very long.
Okay,
because they were bought because I didn't used to knit my socks on the Magic Loop. Right. I was doing it with the 2 circulars. So I had Addies, but they were shorter circulars to be able to do it with the 2 circulars going. Mm-hmm. So then I ended up at Rhinebeck buying these so that I could do the Magic Loop
in the car.
And I really enjoy it. It's a great technique.
I just find there's less needle management.
There is less needle management, for sure. And this is being housed in my yellow stitch bag, camera bag, which I just love this bag. So, my other work in progress.
Did you ask permission to show it?
I did.
Okay. Just checking, because there's a reason I'm asking
is being housed in a bag that Sue made me, and I love, and it's out of fabric that I found in my mother's basement. Marimekko fabric from Finland that I bought at least 20 years ago. Bag? I did, and she loved it. She said, oh, she remembered the fabric. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and in here I've got 2 balls of yarn, or 2 skeins.
One I can't touch.
One she can't touch. She can't touch this.
Yes.
Which is the Barocco Ultra Alpaca Light or something like that.
She's just shaking her head.
And this is going to be the edge because this is a shawl. And then this, you're not going to be able to see very well.
Yeah.
This is a skein of Juliana's fiber. Do you think these people are going to get serious?
I haven't seen Lynn in a very long time.
Yeah, whole 2 weeks.
So, sandwich?
Uh-oh. There's some giggle happening. So, Lynn gave Sue and I, and had for herself as well, we each got a skein of Juliana's opal colorway in the
Lucky Star
Base, which is gray with like pinks and yellows and greens and turquoises going through. And with these 2 yarns, I am testing out a pattern for Mina Phillip, who's Mina86 on Ravelry, and who also has her own podcast, The Knitting Expat. So I'm knitting this as a test for her. It's a shawl. She does a lot of shawl patterns, and she gave me permission to show it. She's shown her final version of this, so she said go ahead. Mm-hmm. So it's basically, it's a 2-color shawl. It's a crescent shape. It's got a slip stitch pattern thing happening on the body, and then on the fringe it's a lace weight, and it's really fun. It's easy, and
it's really pretty. So
and I'm really liking. I don't know that you're going to be able to see. Can you see
all the little splotches?
Can you see the splotches of color? Do they come up at all?
Yeah.
Gorgeous yarn.
Yeah, it's got a lovely feel to it. It feels like there's cashmere in it, but I don't think there is.
No, and it's a sparkly
And it's sparkly. Although the sparkly is very subtle. So it seems to be my sparkle fall because my featherweight had sparkle. This has sparkle. And I'm going to be knitting something after this that also has sparkle in it.
Did you say the size of the needles?
3.75. And guess what? They're Chow Goose again. But they will be Chow Goose for now. And then when it gets too long, I bought my first
carbons.
Oh, I love those. So when the shawl gets too long, we'll be trying with the carbons. Although, I have to be honest, I think I prefer my Chow Goose. They're okay, they're fine. Who is going to complain, right? But I do think I prefer...
There's a reason that there are so many different needle makers.
Yep.
Yep.
Because if we all like the same thing, we'd all use the same needles.
Absolutely. So that is what I'm working on, and that's it. I'm trying to limit the number of projects I'm working on back to my usual semi-mono knitting.
Well, you were pretty mono on the sweater.
I was mono on the sweater because I wanted to get it done and I want to enter the Cal so that I have a chance to win. But, as I've said before, I never win anything. Sorry. She comes back to work. She enters the 50-50 draw. She wins.
That's after... Okay.
It's like...
That's after spilling my coffee all over my desk. I tripped going to the bus. Doctor changed my medication, so I'm kind of off. Some family stuff, and I was just like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Stacy, pick the number. I'm gonna win. She picked the number. It was me.
That's great.
And then Friday, I found out I won the 2 items that I bid on in the silent auction. So I am getting a panini press for $6 and a mini crock pot that you use for dips or cheese sauces or chocolate for $3.
Well, truth be told, I didn't buy any 50-50 tickets, so how am I supposed to win? And I didn't go to the auction either.
Well, it was a silent auction.
Yeah. So that's great.
Sorry. Lynn, your turn.
Alright, well, I'll mention the socks. They haven't seen much progress.
Oh, this is the black sock?
Yeah, this is the black sock.
You know what? I went to a yarn store this week that had the Cascade Heritage, because that's what you're using, right?
Yep.
And it doesn't feel nearly as soft on the skein as this one feels when it's knitted up. Or you're doing something to it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the sweat in my hands.
Okay.
She's like, ew.
Ew.
That's just a basic 2x2 rib sock based on Stephanie Pearl McPhee's sock recipe, A Good Plain Sock, from the Knitting Rules book. Also from her Grok the Sock class. Somebody actually PM'd me.
I was going to say, are you going to mention
Somebody
this?
PM'd me a couple of weeks ago and said, I've just started watching the podcast and I've been going through all the archives and it wasn't from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I'm like, dude, I said that 2.5 years ago.
What did you say 2.5 years ago?
I said that the term grok was to understand something fully and completely, and it was from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is not. It's from Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert Heinlein. But the fact that she felt the need to correct me 2.5 years later...
That's cute.
I thought it was hilarious. So anyway,
wave hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
You see? Welcome to the wacky group.
It is knit out of Cascade Heritage in black, and the toes are in Cascade Heritage Silk in navy blue on 2.5mm needles, which is the US 1.5. So that's the sock. It hasn't been very exciting. It hasn't seen a lot of love because I was working on the hat.
Sorry, what did you say the double pointed needles were?
These are Hiya Sharps.
They look nice.
2.5s. Yeah, they're
Nice.
lovely. I love them.
Very nice. I'm not that into double pointed knitting for socks, but
I love my Hiya Sharps. I love my carbons too, but the Hiya Sharps are a little bit pointier.
Okay.
What else am I working on?
Stuff.
Well, there's this disaster.
Uh-oh.
Say it ain't so.
This is my first crocheted hat ever, and it looks like hell. It looks like a ginormous bowl. It's huge. Yes! Got her, guys.
Haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
okay
I
there?
spit drink all over my desk last night.
It wasn't always my fault. I don't think it was my fault at
No,
all
it was
last
Jen.
night. It was Jen's fault. I got her, Jen. So, Tanya walked me through how to do the increases, and then she said, just knit straight. but
Crochet
it looks crochet straight. First of all, there's some pretty amazing pooling going on here. It's striped.
It's kind of psychedelic.
It looks African,
but it's ginormous, and I'm not sure it's working. I mean, this looks like it's going to be big enough for, like,
somebody with lots of hair.
It's starting to look like it's starting to look like one of those Rasta hats.
That's
that
exactly
they stick
what
all
I was
their
thinking.
hair up under, and I'm just like,
where did you
it's
go
not
wrong?
supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a really average beanie toque, and it does not. So,
and what were you knitting this for?
This was for the either the welcome box or the 25,000 Toques project.
Oh,
because we have a lot of Syrian refugees who are coming into Ottawa. And, okay, today it's not bad.
They're not just Syrian, though.
No, we're getting refugees from all over the place.
Yeah.
But we're having a very large influx of Syrian refugees in,
because somebody at work is sponsoring one, a family from the Congo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But, so these people are coming from a warm, temperate climate.
They will not be prepared for the cold.
It's damn cold here. It isn't today.
No, today
it's
is
weird
balmy.
today. Because it's like 10 degrees outside today, which is about 45. But, yeah, normally it's really damn cold here. So.
It's going to hit us when we least expect it.
Oh, no, I expect it all the time.
I do.
Once December rolls around, I expect it every day.
A lot of people are not going to expect it, like not putting their snow tires on yet.
I have had mine on since last weekend. Rob put them on for me. He's
well,
lovely.
we're getting used to this balmy weather, and however, when you look at the 14-day forecast, there may be snow on the 19th. I don't think we're going to have much snow for Christmas this year.
Well, there's a very strong El Nino current this year, which is making our winter a little bit warmer.
But that also means ice storms.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and if I can just add, I've got people from South America coming specifically
to see the snow,
to experience snow. It'll be their third time. They come every 2 years. My kids' 2 cousins and their aunt, because they just can't get over winter. They love it, and they're actually taking
curly-haired boys.
Yeah,
I remember
they're actually
them.
taking skating lessons. We've got skating lessons for them and everything. And I was thinking,
we need ice.
There's not going to be
if they could cancel their ticket, because I don't think we're going to have a very good winter. I mean,
it's happened a few times in my life that we haven't had snow until Christmas Day or the day after, but not often.
Hey, I had snow on my birthday when I was young. My birthday's in June. Seriously?
Really?
Yes.
You're a weirdo.
Well, it's not her fault.
Thank you.
She was born that way.
Okay, now we're going to date
anyway. So yes, this will probably get ripped out because it's not working. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I did something wrong, clearly, because it looks like crap. And there's no way that I'm going to give this to anybody to put on their head.
Well, I find it interesting that it's kind of a top-down thing, because most hats are from the brim up, right?
Well, she said it's easier to do it from the middle out because I already knew how to do a circle. Except I didn't really know how to do a circle, so she had to walk me through that too. It is done out of, I believe this is Fentex worsted. Shush, it's not that Fentex. It's not slipper yarn. Fentex worsted is honestly no worse than Bernat Super Value or Red Heart Super Saver. It's actually softer than Red Heart Super Saver. So, and Fentex is made by Bernat now anyway. It is in the team no, this was not the team colors. This was the Marrakesh. Where is it? Marrakesh Ombre colorway. It's a size G hook, which is a 4mm, which is probably part of the problem because this hook is a little bit too small for the yarn. So that's probably part of it. It's a little too dense. But anyway, don't expect to see this thing again.
Bowl?
It's fugly.
Bind it off and use it as a bowl.
No! It is going away, and I'm going to make a proper hat out of it because it's awful. And I didn't wind the ball. This was given to me years ago in a big garbage bag full of acrylic to do charity projects with. And somehow this ball is oblong. I don't know if you can see through the yarnet, but it's flat on the ends and sort of really wide in the middle, so which is why I'm having so much trouble getting the yarn out of there. So that's the disaster I've been working on for the last day and a half.
Can you do me a favor? In that drawer, there's some measuring tape. It's pink. It should be on top. At the front, right.
The white side was on top.
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't see the pink. So the last thing I worked on It has seen a little bit of love. I have put 5 squares on my blanket.
I always like to... Oh, I love this pink. What's this pink here?
That is Gnome Maker's Scruffy Gnome in Strawberries. It was the last of my farm stand minis.
Love that one.
I know.
I want a whole skein of that.
There's that one.
Do they sell whole skeins of that stuff?
Yeah, they do.
Love
so
that.
That's the Gnome Makers. This stripy one was from Tanya. I'm not sure what it is, but I have enough of it to make another square. It's got a few other colors in the stripy, so I'm going to make another square at some point out of it. This is Floromania by Regia, I think. Also from Tanya. This one here, I don't know. It's also from Tanya. It's a nice sort of brownish taupey sort of color. And this one here is from Sarah. And I actually have the name of that one
in her fancy notebook.
It is A Million Stars in Bloom in the hydrangea colorway, and it is gorgeous. It is this sort of gray blue, and it's really, really soft. So those are the 5 squares I've added. Tanya, I'm gonna have to bug you because she didn't put any labels on her on the minis, so I'll have to ask her what some of them are. I don't know if she's gonna know, but those are the 5 I've added.
Can I interject for a second? Tanya, you sent me a bunch of skeins at one point, and you hadn't mini skeins, and you hadn't put the names on there, but you said you'd tell me, and there was one that was like a really dark purple, and I really liked that one, and I'm curious what it was. So if you could let us know.
So that is my scrappy blanket out of mini skeins based on the Knitted Patchwork Recipe by Martine Ellis and the Memory Blanket by Georgie Halam.
Great colors.
On size 2.75 millimeter, which is US 2. And I'm using my carbons for this one. So yeah, I think I'm up to 17 across, 16 or 17 across, and I want 25 across. So I'm up to 17, yes. The Million Stars in Bloom was number 17, so I'm almost there, and then I can start adding more rows. But for now, that's it. And that's all my whips.
Awesome.
Stash first or book review first?
I think we should do the book review.
Okay.
It's over here. Oh no, it's over there.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Selma's going to do a book review.
Ah! Yes. Oh, I forgot my notes over there. That's okay.
You want your purse? Oh, you brought your copy.
I brought my copy.
We've
got 2 copies. Look at that. They look exactly the same, too.
Well, one would think. This is from Interweave. Tommy sent us this book a little while ago and for review. And it is Perfectly Feminine Knits. I'll let you say the author's name because you probably can.
I think it's Lena Holmesamso, something like that. I
Probably
think that's
closer
what
to what I came up with.
I don't know where my notes are. I've lost track of my notebook. That's okay.
Book
Oh, there
review.
we go.
There.
So, I actually have her previous book, which was
Feminine
also
Knits?
something to do with feminine knits as well.
There's Feminine Knits and there's Essential Feminine Knits.
It's the Essential Feminine Knits that I have, and I knit something out of it. It's got a very similar layout, and it's divided by, the chapters are about the types of stitches that are used. So there's the first chapter is about knit and purl, the next one is lace, then bobbles, cables, and garter stitch. So the patterns are all around those types of stitches. It's predominantly sweaters, which is why I happen to have the previous book. And I've seen a lot of her patterns. They were released first in Norwegian on Ravelry. So there's actually one in here that I've been eyeing for a while on Ravelry and wanting to make. And so when I saw that this book came out, I bought it right away because I was in love with this sort of cardigan vesty thing, bolero. So in each section there are patterns, primarily sweaters. So in the knit and purl you've got this poncho-like thing that is sort of out of a ribbing.
That's a brioche one, yeah. That's a brioche pattern.
And
so yes, Tanya, everything is brioche now. We were commenting on that yesterday. I love that spiral one.
Yeah, and what's interesting about her books, there are a couple of things that I really like about her books. First of all, there's a lot of sweaters in there, and I happen to like sweater knitting. The photography, of course, is beautiful. It's an interweave book, as Lynn said before, and the pictures are gorgeous. The yarn choices are very interesting, and they're always textures that just totally seduce me. They're often yarns that are not commonly found here, which I don't have a problem with because I don't usually knit in the yarn that a sweater calls for, but they create beautiful, beautiful, beautiful textures, and they just draw me right in.
This is one of the ones that I
the
like.
Guernsey.
It's a brioche sweater.
I like the Guernsey, but you cannot find that pattern on Ravelry.
No, that one doesn't exist on Ravelry
Researched.
yet. Somebody will have to add it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this lovely cabled tunic thing that I love.
And you love this, Lynn.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's often mohair, there's often tweed.
I was actually frustrated by that pattern because there's two pictures. It's a triangular lace shawl, and there's two pictures of it, and in both pictures it's all bunched up around her neck.
Yeah.
I want to see the shawl.
And I have to say that
That was one thing that
I
frustrated
love the
me.
photography. I love the layout. I think it's interesting the way the sections are set up. I love the fact that you've got designs that are classic. Like here is a rather classic crew neck sweater with just a tiny bobble feature. But then you've got some kind of more adventurous type things like the swirl sweater, which I'll go back to.
It's gorgeous.
You know, so if you are the kind of person who
It's
is
knit
likely
from
to
the center
wear,
end. It's beautiful.
so there's some, there's some classic stuff, and then there's some more adventurous stuff, which is really interesting. Then there's one here, but the one thing I don't like is that you've got this sweater, which is clearly an unusual shape, and she's sitting down, and I can't tell what it looks like when she's standing up.
Yeah, that's one. My only gripe with the book was that you couldn't see
And the
the
same
pattern just
and
straight
same with
on.
this shawl that Lynn's
Yeah.
talking about. It's only bunched up around her neck, and so, I mean, it's a triangular shawl, so it's a little bit less, but of a concern. But when a sweater is an unusual shape, some of them you can see what they look like. So here's kind of a poncho type thing, and you can see what it looks like. But
yeah, or like this sweater. You can see it straight on. You know what it looks like. You know how it's going to sit on your body.
yeah. So occasionally there's sort of a little bit of a lack of detail with regards to that, especially when the sweater is an unusual shape. And that happened in the other book as well. But that wouldn't stop me from knitting from the book.
No, but I mean,
And
it's
one of the it's a constructive criticism.
Yeah, and I think I have to say, actually, most of the sweaters in here are shown off properly. This is one that I'm just like, and what will that look like when she stands up? Because it's clearly a short cardigan with wide sleeves, and I'm thinking, what's that going to look like if I actually stood up in it? I have no idea.
One thing I really like about the patterns in this book is that there's a lot of modification. A lot of them have a long version and a short version, and they show you how to differentiate. That tunic with the cables has a long version and a short version. They show you both. There are a lot of sweaters that they show you how to modify them.
Which one with the which one?
The cables, the really long tunic one in the cable section.
Okay. Yeah.
That long brown one. What I really like
Oh yes, you're right.
about the way
So-
this is set up.
Here's the short, and they did that in the other book as well. She's got that one, which is the short version,
And
then
that's the long version.
and here's the long version. So very creative designer, and I love the fact that the sweater that I've been eyeing on Ravelry forever is actually in here. This Malika, I will be making this.
That's the side to side one.
It's the side to side
Yeah.
one, and I really like this.
There's another picture in there that shows the back too.
And I have a feeling that this is going to be a challenge for me, which I'm excited about.
There's the back.
Because it's knit side to side, and there's a lot of this short row business happening, and then the cables are less of a challenge, but I think the shaping is going to be interesting because I'm just going to have to trust that it's going to fit me.
I like the first chapter, which is how to use this book. It has stuff on sizing, adjusting, materials, instructions, how to read the instructions, how to read the charts, finishing. There's something about garment care. There's a detailed pictorial on Kitchener stitch. There's one on increases. There's one on mattress stitch, 3 needle bind off, short rows, and then you get into the actual patterns. And they're very well laid out. They're very easy to read. the font and the layout is just really really good. That's pretty standard for because this is another one. It's that there you can see it a little bit better. The scarf, but yeah, they have this scarf, but it's all bunched up around her neck, and when they show the full thing, it's still
hanging on a doorway.
It's hanging on a door, so you don't see the detail.
And they don't give you a schematic of what it looks like.
Yeah,
out. But they do on all the sweaters, but not on the smaller garment or smaller items, the accessories, and those knee-high socks. I'm kind of intrigued by.
I know. I was looking at that, going, I would never knit myself knee-high socks, but they're very pretty. Yeah. I just would not knit them for my fat calves. So it's the sort of thing
I'm kind of hesitant, but wanting to at the same time. So
well, you don't have fat calves, so you're okay.
It's hard for me to find boots.
There is that.
Yeah.
So it is a very lovely, well laid out book with some amazing patterns in it. Yeah. I really got a kick out of the modular scarf at the end.
Yeah. It retails for $26.99 in the US.
Yes. $26.99 in the US, $29.99 in Canada. So, Perfectly Feminine Knits. It's the third in the series. The first one was Feminine Knits. The second one was Essentially Feminine Knits. And they're all by
Lena Holmes-Samso. Something like that. Somebody can correct us.
She's Danish, not Finnish. So, but I just figured she'd probably.
No, she's Norwegian, I think.
No, she's Danish.
Oh, she's Danish. Oops, sorry, I said Norwegian earlier. Because I thought
I read the back.
I thought
okay,
that when
she lives in Denmark.
She lives in Denmark, because I thought when the the Malika pattern, when it was on Ravelry, I thought it said it was in Norwegian. But I could be wrong.
It doesn't say anything about her specifically, but she lives in Denmark. She may be from Norway. People move around a lot over there.
People move around everywhere.
Yeah, Canadians, we tend to stay where we're planted.
You think so?
a lot more so than other cultures. We're a lot less adventurous than, like in Europe. You have people from everywhere in every country, and they're much smaller populations, so it's a lot more melting pot than it is here. Because here we do have a lot of different cultures represented, but they tend to stay in one spot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. Maybe. I think there are a lot of people living here in Ottawa who are not originally from Ottawa. A lot.
Yeah, there are.
Actually, I had a funny thing happen the other night. Monday nights I have to take my son to this music activity, and I go to a coffee shop nearby and have a coffee and knit, and usually I listen to a podcast, but my phone died. So I'm sitting there knitting, and there's this couple that comes and sits beside me, and they're clearly on a first date. It was, I couldn't help but eavesdrop, and they were having a great conversation. They were both, putting into the conversation whatever, but neither of them was from Ottawa, and they both moved to Ottawa and both loved Ottawa, and I was like, people come here from all over the place.
It's also they do. It's a government town too.
That too.
Yeah, although neither of them
government and university town.
I know all about them. I felt kind of bad. It was so cute. That. I couldn't help myself.
Well, you didn't have a podcast. You needed something to listen to.
No, and they were sitting right beside me, so I couldn't help it.
I mean, for instance, I've lived here all my life. Never lived anywhere else. I lived in North Bay for 3 months. Didn't like it. Came home.
Yeah, I'm not from here.
You're from an hour away.
But you're from the region.
Yes, but some of my family's down east.
Yeah, we came to Ottawa when I was 5.
I've got generations and generations and generations. We came here in 1706 and we never left.
Oh, but we came here when I was 2 from Finland, so there are lots of
yes, there are lots of people who come in, but not a lot of people who leave.
I did leave for a while, and then I came back.
So we have lots of stash.
Yeah, well, we have.
I don't.
We have stash. We have to mention winter camp.
We've got a giveaway.
We have a giveaway, and we have coupon codes. Okay, so we can do stash first.
We need to do stash.
Okay.
What you got, Sue?
Hang on a second. Got me some stuff. I'm going to start with my patterns. So, I think this overlaps with you.
That's okay.
But I'll let you show it.
Okay.
So, I got quite a few patterns this week because sales. This one wasn't on a sale, but I had to buy it because it's the Maya shawl that the Xanadu is knit out of, and I want to make that. Then my friend Brandy gifted me this pattern because I was having a bad day, as I told you. This is the Stonewall by Alicia Plummer. And what I like about it is it reminds me of the Campside Cardi, which I can't knit because it's not in my size. And then
you could, but you'd have to math.
Yeah. Most of these, I need to find her name, are by Melissa Seshwari, who is Dandelion Designs. So
I believe Sarah was mentioning her on her podcast.
Yes, she was, because she's making a sweater for her mother.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I got High Plains, which is...
Oh, that's beautiful.
What do you call that?
It's a poncho?
A poncho. And I'm going to use my brown Malabrigo that you got me years ago that I have not been able to knit. Every time I knit with it. So, winter camp.
Malabrigo Rios that I got from the factory.
And then I got this one. I love the cable down the back. It's called Chateau.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
And then I got Overland, which is just... It's a loose turtleneck, which is the only reason I like it. And then I got Bee Balm, which is a gorgeous shawl. I'm losing my patterns. I got a lot. I think this one's by her too. Earnshaw.
That's really pretty.
And at first glance, that's not my kind of sweater.
No, but you don't have to have it around your shoulders.
Exactly. Then I got the boyfriend sweater.
I thought you already had that for some reason.
I don't know. It's in my recent. And then this one's called Ashore. And the only problem is...
There's no picture.
It's all pattern. And there's a tiny picture at the end. Which...
You're not going to be able to see anything.
You're not going to be able to see much.
She's wearing a sweater.
Yeah.
Looks like it's made out of Madeline Tosh sea salt colorway. Oh no, she doesn't say.
She doesn't say. So those are just my patterns.
Slight pattern flaws there. Show us the picture!
I bought a pattern this week, but I didn't bring to show. That was one by Laura Ayler called Sea Salt.
I got a Laura Ayler one too, because she had a freebie. If you used a certain coupon code, you could get a freebie out of her patterns, and I got one of those.
Mm-hmm. So I got my last shipment of No Maker's Random Mini, and this was wrapped with a piece of caution tape. And I'm going to be quite honest, I will never do this Random Mini skein group again.
It's a random mini skein.
It's a club
from No Makers.
Yeah, I was expecting like, maybe some goodies or little extras. No. So the colors are this way. This one's Loki.
Oops. I didn't expect you to drop it.
This one's Ultron.
Ooh, I like that one.
This one's Decepticons.
What a weird mix.
I love it. Pink.
This one's Joker. And I'll read the card after, you'll see why. And this one is Crowley. And the card says, a Norse god, 2 robots, a clown, and the king of hell walk into a bar, and everyone else leaves.
Okay.
I do think
that was weird.
I do think that these minis are a little bit bigger than the usual minis.
They're more than 5 grams.
Yeah. But for the price I paid and plus the exchange and the shipping, it's not worth it for me.
Well, right now I have to say anything from the States is
the dollar sucks.
Just not terribly worth it.
So I got a package from my good friend Tanya, and she put in a little Christmas card. It is so cute. And in my package, because I love coconut, as you all know, I got Lindor limited edition coconut.
I have never seen those.
I love coconut too.
Me too.
I love coconut.
They have a Lind store on Saint Laurent.
Mm-hmm. And she got me more of the Russell Stover. She gave it to me in my last package, and they're all gone.
I love coconut.
I got a 3-pound bag, a 3-pound box of Almond Joy.
I love almonds.
From my friends in the U.S. Anna comes out, she's like, I got a gift for you. Plonk on the table, and I'm like, what could this be? 3 pounds of Almond Joy. Lemon coconut squares.
Oh, interesting.
I think she knows I like coconut.
Yeah. I didn't know you like coconut that much.
Oh my god. Gourmet scented pencils made from 100% recycled newspapers. Saving trees one pencil at a time. And this one is supposed to be...
Coconut?
No, candy cane.
Oh, so the one you don't like.
Oh. Okay, that was less.
I saw that coming. She doesn't like mint.
Oh, that smells fun.
And then she got me a bunch of teas.
But I don't know why you went and sniffed it after I said that.
I don't know. But what I liked about what the tea was in is she made me a little tea cozy.
It's minion colored.
It's a minion. Because she's awesome.
That is awesome.
And then a whole bag of teas. So.
I also got a package from Tanya.
Oh, I'm not done.
I know.
I got my swap package from the year-long ornament swap. So, I love the card. It's very, very beautiful. And then requisites were bag and yarn. Those were 2 requisites. And then brain ornaments. So there's a little knot bag. She made me, I think it's a snowflake. Does that look like a snowflake?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like a snowflake. It's just hard to see.
Yeah. So there's that. And I believe this is a cowl. I don't think it's a headband.
Pretty sure it's a cowl.
Yeah, so it's kind of got...
It looks squishy.
Yeah, I don't know what it's made of. I don't think that's alpaca.
It looks kind of like James Brett Marble Chunky.
And then this little container here has all my ornaments in it. And I believe she's a crocheter.
Since they're crocheted.
Yeah, there's a lot crocheted. Like, there's 3 here that are crocheted.
They're very colorful.
That one. This one's really cute. And then we've got a hat.
They're sweet.
A sock. Some, like, we had a list that we could follow, like a theme, but you didn't have to. Then there's a heart. I think this is a bluebird of happiness.
Yes.
But the string's on the wrong side.
That's
okay. I was like, what is this? Then I turned it around. So I got a good kick. Blanket square. A smaller one of these.
They're cute.
Christmas tree. It's very
I like that.
fall colors.
Earth tony, yeah.
A green snowflake. And then this one. And yeah, they all fit in that little tin, which I was like, how? Wait, what?
Yarn squishes, you know.
Yeah, it does. And then I got yarn.
As evidenced by the box.
Huh?
As evidenced by the boxes.
Yes. Vintage DK, and it's gray. I don't know. There's no colorways on
Baroka
these.
doesn't have.
So
yeah, they don't put color
it's a
names on
gray.
the labels.
And the other one is
It's a nice
Malabrigo Lace Baby in...
Geranio.
Thank you. Oh, that's not the right color. That's not showing up the right color
It's
at
actually
all.
a beautiful pink.
It's
it's
pink,
actually,
right?
It's actually not
I
different
thought it was
from
red.
It's not that different from your
It's
heart
red.
shawl. You know the...
Yeah.
You know that conversation? Remember that conversation?
Lord.
Here.
Okay. Now this one's going to take a few
There's
minutes.
more. A lot more.
I ordered from Knit Picks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I had to bring this home.
This is just one skein of everything. Everything else is in a box.
Yeah. There were 2 big boxes in the back of my car.
Okay. Did you go crazy at Knit Picks too?
Well, actually, Rob ordered me some for my cousin's blanket.
I ordered 20 skeins in black of Brava Sport because my husband says acrylic is scratchy.
No, Brava is really soft. I love the Brava.
That's why you got 20 skeins, because he said it was scratchy?
Because I want to knit both of us a sweater. So.
Ooh, right on.
Matchy.
I got Brava Bulky. I think I got 12 of these.
Yes, we're over here.
Right, I know. I don't know why
Getting
I have-
disoriented.
Hold it up over there.
You're doing what I did last time I was here.
That's
And
pretty.
This is a variegated. I think I got a bag. It was like $1.
A skein.
Yeah.
Not for the bag.
That's kind of neat. Then I got some fiber, which I wanted. I had 3 in my cart, and when I checked out, 1 was gone, and it was the one I wanted the most.
Oh, but those would be beautiful together.
It was a light heathered gray.
Oh.
So, anyways, I have 4 of each of these.
The gray and the brown, I think, would be so beautiful
And
together.
they are each... Do they have the weight on them? I think they're 4 ounces.
So I don't know anything about spinning. How far will 4 ounces take you?
4 ounces is approximately a skein of sock yarn.
Okay.
And then I got 2 skeins of this, which is called the Pearl Hawthorne Sport. It's a very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very dark teal with a beige.
It almost reminds me of your black to gray. So there's that. Then I got 3 skeins of Stroll, and this one is Budgie hand paints. This one is Spectrum.
It's pink, not green.
Sorry?
Red, sorry.
Okay.
It's pink, not red.
Okay. And then this one is called Chelsea.
You don't like pink.
That's for me, my dear.
You don't like
You
pink?
don't like pink.
There's a reason I bought it.
I know, for my boobs. Thank you.
No. And then
Her boobs yarn.
And then there's the Felici.
And then there's the
So much
Felici. Ooh.
Tea Party.
That is pretty.
That's pink too.
Shush.
Yes, it's very nice.
Rainbow.
Ooh, I like the...
Christmas is coming. Back away.
Back away.
Fanciful. Time Traveler.
That's fun too.
That's a Who reference.
Yes,
right?
it's all the colors from the Doctor Who scarf.
And this one is not the color I expected it to be. I expected it to be more green, and it's more teal. It's called Nassau. I said Nassau. Amanda corrected me
Nassau.
last night. This is Countess. I have 2 of all of these, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12 of the brown, 20 of the black.
This is pretty.
Candy Jar.
Ooh,
She bought a lot of pink for somebody who doesn't like pink, huh?
I know, right?
Mardi Gras.
Fun.
I think this is the last one, and it is Surf's Up.
That's very similar to the socks I made.
Mm-hmm. Some of these are not the color I expected them to be, so I will probably find homes for them.
You know where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's it for mustache.
No, it's not.
Oh. What? Let me just get it all back in the box.
Yeah,
You know,
'cause
because
the
Viv
other
doesn't
stuff
know
is
about
underneath.
it.
Last night, I'm on my way over here to bring it over, and she says, Sean doesn't know about this stuff. Don't tell him. And I'm like, dude, you lie to your husband. I'm not lying to your husband.
He came upstairs. He's like, "Did I hear Lynn?" I'm like, "Yeah, she just stopped by to say hi."
Yeah, no, I brought in 2 ginormous boxes of yarn. You have the stuff on the chair, too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Silly woman.
We got something from someone named Kathy, who is a viewer.
You can show the card.
Yeah, she sent 4 skeins of yarn. One was specifically for Lynn, which she'll show you in a moment. I love this card.
It's beautiful.
It's like gold.
Gold embossed butterfly.
And I chose Diabolical hand-dyed yarns and fibers in the Chocolate, Wine, and Cherries colorway. It's a 75 superwash wool and 25 nylon, and it's 430 yards.
Kathy, contain yourself. She did not choose the green.
It's gorgeous.
I had the green in my hand first.
And then she saw that and went, ooh.
And then she also sent,
for a giveaway,
Fiber Nymph Dye Works, who's Lisa, who I know and I have met, in the Calypso colorway. And it's on the bounce base.
it's super pretty.
The only reason I didn't choose this is because I have too much green in my stash. So this is going to be a giveaway. Fiber Nymph people.
Yep.
And my headband's falling off.
Is the bag also new stash?
What bag?
The bag that's underneath the card, under the other.
That's for a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Which
right.
we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
soon.
Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
My turn.
Because now I think she's done. Oh, wait. No, she's not. I'm sorry. Now you need the scissors. Sorry.
Scissors.
Because you need to be able to open this. Open it. Open it.
I'm just seeing where it's from and I'm very confused.
VKN ladies, pay attention.
It's from Jimmy Bean's Wool.
Because they all know about this.
Yeah, they know about it, and she asked them if she should let me open it on the podcast, and what did they say? What did you say? Bitches.
Ooh. Family show.
Beep. Is this what I think it is?
Yes.
Oh my god!
We're gonna break the sofa.
Oh, it's okay. It's her sofa.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's for the mystery cal for Walking Dead.
Oh, it's beautiful colorway. Camouflage, it's called.
To download your copy of Kristen's pattern.
Oh! Oh! It comes with the pattern.
Well, of course it does. It's a mystery cal.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
So who's the designer?
Rachel, I got it.
Rachel knows.
I know. It's camouflage. Right. It's like Kid at Christmas.
That was some excitement.
Jeez, I wonder.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gorgeous. Guess what I'm casting on? I ain't waiting.
Get the ball winder out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. She was like, I really, really want to buy it. I really, really want to buy it. I can't afford it. I really want to buy it. I was like, click. I even told Sean not to let you order it.
How would he have known?
He knew. Yeah, I sent her husband a message, said, I know she wants to order this. She's probably going to talk it over with you to justify it. Don't let her order it.
I didn't talk to him about nitpicks, did I?
No.
Anyway. All right.
But my nitpick.
That's the end of Sue's stash.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'll let you do this.
Yeah.
You
So
didn't bring your copy.
I did bring my copy, but that's okay. Sue and I, well, Sue has a subscription, so she got the most recent interweave knits. She lent it to me.
First 3 pages, 4 pages, I'm like, Selma's book.
So she lent it to me, and then I went out and found a copy and bought it because it's very heavy. It's on Aaron's and Gansi's, and it's all, I mean...
It's Selma.
It's beautiful.
There's so many beautiful sweaters in here. It's just sweater after sweater after sweater. Sorry, I'm just trying to find where the sweaters start. So here we are.
Is that considered a tunic?
I would consider that a tunic, but I think if I were to make that, and I am considering it, no, I would make it just a sweater.
Just a sweater, okay.
But on every page, there are cables and Gansi's and just wonderful, wonderful
It
sweaters.
is the Aaron's and Gansi's issue. So.
Yeah, it's just... And then there are a couple of smaller items. There's some mitts, and there's this scarf that I really like. There's this one. That's a little bit too much cable for me, I think.
I can see Sean wearing that.
But can you see yourself knitting it, is the question. And there's this scarf here that I am seriously considering.
Ooh. Is that like an Aaron weight?
Yeah, but I must tell you, it's full of baubles.
Oh, I would not do the baubles.
But I don't think you'd need to do the baubles. But anyway, it's stunning, so I had to buy this. I did not buy any yarn.
She gave it back to me and I'm like, you bought a copy, didn't you? Yes.
I did not buy any yarn.
But yarn found you anyway.
But yarn found me.
Mm-hmm.
So first I want to thank Rachel of Night Owl Fibers because she sent a whole bunch of minis through Sue.
For all of us, yep.
And I'm very excited about all of them.
Rachel, I love the way you labeled them. It's absolutely
genius.
It's
beautiful. She puts these little
She's a creative
like this.
little person.
Yeah, she puts the skein around the card. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that.
And guess what? There's some Arnie and Carlos in here, which I'm very excited
I saw that,
about.
yes.
You know, attention to detail like that, like when I got my swap package, just the attention to detail.
Yeah.
She goes above and beyond. It's awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful
if you
little
haven't
minis.
ordered from Night Owl Fibers, we have a coupon code. You should do that.
And by the way, as you all know, if you've been watching, I made a pair of socks out of Rachel's yarn in the Sherlock Holmes colorway, and I've washed them. I've probably worn them 10 times already, and they still look great.
She can't take them off.
I can't take them off. They're like, it's like wearing cashmere and silk. They are really soft and just really light. And I love the colors. So anyway, I can't say enough. Too. I love your yarn.
Is that for Irish girls?
Yes, I think it is. You gave that to me.
That's for me.
I
recognized it.
Yeah. And then
Kathy,
who sent the Fiber Nymph and the Diabolical, which you got. I got Tannis Fiber Arts. I have this minty colorway. Oh, it's coming out as blue there. Hello.
It's a bluish green.
It's minty, but there it's coming out as blue. It's a mint green.
Hard to catch that color.
But it's more of a
there we go.
there.
Right there. I'm
it's
not
like holding up your phone. Signal.
Yeah. So I've never tried Tannis Fiber Art, so I'm excited about this. And I've never tried an MCN. So I'm excited about it.
On the side.
And it's Julep.
That's you.
She was holding them up to her face and we're like, that one. No question. That one.
Yeah. It has.
And you've never knit with
400 yards. No.
Her yarn is really nice to knit with. Carrie knit a lot of things with Tannis, like sweaters.
Most of her
Yes,
sweaters
I
are
know.
Tannis.
I remember asking her about them. So,
So
I'm excited to try this. So thank you.
Made in Canada.
Thank you. That's very kind.
I'm actually giving away 2 skeins of Tannis. But
I did not buy yarn.
No.
And believe me,
yarn will find you.
Very tempted.
She finished her sweater and she's like, I need to buy yarn. I'm like, no. Back away from the ledge. You got sweater quantities.
Go shopping in the stash.
You've got a test knit to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
No. But you know, when you finish a sweater, or at least when I finish a sweater, I'm like giddy and
energized. And
it's like
I could tell in your voice you were like, I need to buy yarn. No, I don't. I need to buy yarn. No, I don't.
Going through my own notes. Okay, I've got lots of yarn.
You know the Rhinebeck sweater sentence? Do I need to talk you into it, or do I need to talk you out of it?
Yeah.
Back away from the ledge.
So I didn't buy anything.
Yeah, she has dash too.
Well,
thank you very much, Kathy.
Really, really
yes.
Nice. Thank you.
We're not done with Kathy yet.
I'm still on a high right now.
I got these 2 lovely minis from Selma. Yay! There was a third one, but I already had a square in my blanket from it. So I'm positive that you cast off the sock and went here.
It could be
for some reason,
and I think I have that yarn in my stash, and I have a mini that's going to go to somebody.
Yes, because I wasn't gonna keep it for myself if I already.
Yeah, I put it in one of the bags that are going out today.
So Kathy sent me, and I'm so excited. You should have seen me jumping around Rob's house with this.
Kind of like what I just did.
Oh. No, you guys know that I've been looking for some Vincent van Gogh opal forever. And the 2 colorways I wanted were the Sunflowers and Starry Night.
She found.
And look what Kathy sent me.
Nobody is destashing.
It is Starry Night. She sent me a skein of Starry Night. I am so in love with this.
It's kind of like my Georgia
It's my
O'Keeffe.
squishy, and it shall be mine, and it shall be my squishy.
Well, and the Arne & Carlos too. We actually have a couple of stores in town that sell the Arne & Carlos, but they don't have any of the colorways that I'm really interested in. And I'm just like, Anyway, one day.
So now you have 2 skeins of opal.
Yes, I do.
You have the one that Marcia sent us.
Yes, but it's not this.
No.
This is amazing.
Well, and Crystal gave you some too, right? She gave you a skein of the Arne & Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Thank you. And I have to figure out what I want to do with it.
Socks?
I think I'll just pet it for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Which socks?
Well, you know what? It's going to have a fantastic pattern on it, right?
Yes, it turns out like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
what I
you don't
like
wanna
about opal yarns is they show you how it knits up.
Yeah, that is a great feature.
So that is one piece of stash. And then Rob, my cousin is getting married in October. And I've already talked about plans to knit her a blanket.
Not Rhinebeck weekend, I hope.
No.
My birthday, actually. She's getting married on my birthday. So I know what I'm doing for my birthday next year. We were talking about that at Thanksgiving. You're getting married on my birthday? What is wrong with you?
Couldn't you have checked with me first? That's Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm not going to kvetch. I don't care. I'm perfectly happy to spend my birthday at her wedding.
Is that on a Friday?
I don't remember. I think it's a Saturday.
What day was your birthday this year?
I don't know. I think it was a Thursday. I'm not sure.
Yes, it was during the week.
Yep.
So it's usually, So, Rob, we were talking about the Knit Pick sale and so on and so forth. So he popped on and he bought half of the yarn that I needed for the blanket. So I have 5 skeins of Brava worsted in Dove Heather. I have 9 skeins in Marina. And I have 12 skeins in Tranquil. So all I am missing is the freesia, which is the purple she picked. Don't ask. Her favorite colors
like turquoise and purple together.
are turquoise and purple. I was thinking, oh my goodness, but this is why I've got the gray, because the gray is going to go around each square to sort of break up the colors a little bit. I think it's going to look okay.
Are you knitting it or crocheting it?
Knitting.
Okay.
I will be using cabled square patterns from, what's her name? Tammy Eigenman,
Like
I believe
the other
is
one
her,
that you did?
her name. No, these are different patterns. This is a lady on Ravelry who designs a cabled square pattern every month. And at the end of the year, takes them down, because they're free patterns, and then she takes them down and sells an ebook of all 12 patterns. I've been saving them for years, so I've got piles of these patterns, and that's what I'm going to use to make my cousins like it. So this is the first 3 colors. I have 3 more colors to order later when I've made some progress with these.
And what size blanket are you making?
Queen size, probably.
Okay, and this is where I call you an overachiever?
No, because I'm giving myself a year to do this.
Not a month and a half or 2 months.
Well, but
it was 3 months last time.
Sorry.
Yeah. Overachiever?
He was bulky last time.
That's worsted.
Still.
Bulky.
It's a
It is
whole
on a
blanket,
Saturday.
man.
So this is worsted, and so you will be seeing
weird.
lots of cabled squares again.
Her birthday wasn't a Thursday, but it's on a Saturday. This was a leap year, wasn't it?
Was it? No, this is 2015.
I always get confused about
Next
how
year's
this
leap
works.
year.
Anyway.
But normally, if your birthday's on a Thursday one year, the next year it's on the Friday.
But next year's a leap year, so there's an extra day there.
February. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's my stash.
Sorry.
This is all I got. Rob ordered it so that it would arrive at his house, and it got there the night before I did. So
You
I
have
had
something else.
3 big boxes of stash
You have something
in
else.
the back of my car on the way here. What have I got? What have I got?
This one's for you. It reminded me of the black to gray, and I thought you would love it.
That's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have stash.
You'll have to wait till Christmas.
I need to start
That's good.
knitting faster, because holy crap, do I have a lot of yarn. All my Rhinebeck stuff is sitting in a gift bag in my dining room because I have nowhere to store it.
I want to talk about winter camp.
Yes.
If you don't know about winter camp, watch our last episode where we explain it. It is Sarah from the Canadian Knitter Podcast, who is True Canuck Girl on Ravelry. She's doing a winter camp for the months of January, February, and March. And you're going to be, if you join, and say you have to join the group. You must join Winter Camp 2016. And if you join, once the sign-ups are closed, which is December 20th, you're going to be kind of like sorted into a cabin, you know? And
Going to be assigned a group.
yeah, and it's kind of like Camp Loopy, but you don't have to purchase yarn from the Loopy U. You can use your stash. There's guidelines, there's featured designers, we have prizes. If you want to donate a prize, contact me, Crafty Knitter 7, True Canuck Girl, and we're pairing this up with 5 other podcasters.
Yep.
Sarah Nova Crafts, The Uncreative Crafter, The Cat Lady,
I imagine
Amanda.
Sarah will have her own group.
Stitching You and More, and me, and Sarah. And then there's one extra one who is Mandy Pinecone, who doesn't
yet have a podcast.
Yet. We say yet, because
We're trying to convince her.
she is going to be the cabin leader for the day campers. If you can't commit to 3 months and you want to be in on this, you can be a day camper and there will be prizes. And we have a ton of prizes. Not everything is in the prize thread.
Nope.
So you can find the link on our Ravelry group. We have a thread that will take you to winter camp, or go and search for Winter Camp 2016 on Ravelry.
And I think at the top of the page in the winter camp thread, we should put the link to the explanatory video that
I think
Sarah
she did.
made. In ours?
Oh, not ours. No,
Yeah,
we can do
in
that.
ours we should do that.
Okay,
because
we'll do that.
Sarah made a small video to explain the whole thing. So we'll link that in our winter camp thread.
Yeah.
Well, I'm signed up. I'm all excited.
I'm kind of signed up. And
Kinda.
the best
Kind of
part
committed.
the best part about it is the camp leaders, the cabin leaders, we don't get prizes, but our points count towards the cabin.
Yeah.
So we can knit our heart's content, but our points will count for our cabin to win. And we're all just thinking about things that we want to do, and yeah, it's going to be awesome.
You can't use whips. You have to cast on your projects on January 1st or after.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our members love using whips for knit-alongs and
Not
stuff,
this.
and normally we don't mind. This one you cannot use a whip for the knit-along.
It's basically Sarah's camp and Sarah's rules, and
Yep.
we went over the rules as cabin leaders, and she asked our advice, and we inputted what we thought, and we're still getting questions. And on the Ravelry page for the winter camp, if you go into the pages, it's all the FAQs. So if you're not sure if you need that keeps falling down. If you don't know, check the FAQs. If it's not there, post it in the FAQ thread. Yep. And you want to do
What's
your
our mascot?
My mascot?
Yes.
Okay.
Winter Arctic fox.
Right? Mine's an Arctic fox. Storm Coast, who is Uncreative Crafter, is a snowy owl.
There's such beautiful pictures.
Sarah
you guys.
Nova Crafts. Jessica
Was
is
the
a
snowy leopard. Was that?
no. She's a wolf.
Okay. Arctic wolf.
Yes. Panda. Amanda is panda. Mandy is puffins.
Right.
Sarah is a polar bear.
And who's the leopard? Who's the snowy leopard?
Andrea.
From Cat Lady.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Well,
think I
first you
got
had
it
to pick
right.
a cat.
I think I got it right. Yeah, we all went and found like really nice pictures, and we said it has to be white. It has to be an animal that.
Yeah,
Pandas
no, they're
aren't white.
beautiful, beautiful pictures.
Pandas aren't white, Amanda.
They've got white on
Was
them.
it a panda or was it a polar bear?
Sarah's a polar bear.
Oh, okay.
Amanda's
Sorry.
a panda. It's going down a slide.
Right.
I didn't bring my bag that I usually use that Lara of the Fawn and the Fox made, but
It's the yellow bag.
it's the yellow bag that I often have. But Lara has made this bag, which we are giving, and once again, it's actually a minty green.
It's showing up blue,
Where's
but
that
it's green.
sweet spot? She made this bag, which is her smaller size, although it's quite a large, small size, and we're going to have this as a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautifully made bag, and we're going to do the draw fairly quick, probably next weekend you'll do it, because, well,
It's a holiday.
it's a holiday theme. There are sort of glasses with Christmassy type
presents
things in
and
there.
Ornaments and
Yeah, and it's got kind of a canvas bottom. It's lined with a cream colored
Stands
fabric. It stands up.
It's not too stiff, but stiff enough
Yeah.
to stand.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Mhm.
And so in order to be eligible for this prize, what we'd like you to do is we'll have a thread, and you've got to go in there and answer, oops.
I remember the thing we talked about.
Yeah, talked about having a question. And the question to you is, what would you say from this year, because this year's almost finished, what would you say, what did you make this year or do this year in fiber-related stuff?
Accomplishments.
Which are accomplishments or something that you're really proud of or you can't take off because you're so darn happy with it. Or you're thrilled with something. Can you name something from this year? And then you can put that in the thread, and whoever gets drawn will.
And you can post pictures, and it's one post per person.
One post per person.
She also gave us a coupon code, which is all spelled out. 2 Tangled Skeins, 20% off till the end of December.
nice.
Yeah, so until December 31st. So if you're interested in purchasing one of Lara's bags, off you go to the Etsy site. She's on Etsy as the Fawn and the Fox. So do you have any accomplishments from this year?
FAUN or FAWN?
FAWN.
Okay.
The Fawn
My
and the Fox.
accomplishment is the sweater my husband's wearing.
Excellent.
Because, as you all know, I started a different sweater 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I finished it almost exactly 3 years later. And he gets lots of compliments at work, and there are a few knitters, and even non-knitters, and someone will say something, he'll be like, yeah, now I've made this.
What about you?
My accomplishment is definitely Stephen and Sarah's blanket.
Yeah,
Though,
that was
jeez.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I was still crocheting the edging on in the car on the way to Minneapolis.
That was crazy pants. But at least with
Poor
this
Rob
one,
had the air conditioning cranked because I was covered in blankets.
At least you have almost a year once you start it.
Yes, this time I gave myself a little bit more lead time.
Yeah.
Because I need a lot more squares this time.
So how many squares a month do you need? Did you do the math?
Probably 3.
Okay.
So we're going to be seeing lots of squares. Excellent.
So I have another announcement. I need some traffic in my shop group on Ravelry, the Tangled Skeins, and I want to do a huge giveaway.
Ooh.
And the giveaway is...
So this is in your group called The Tangled Skeins.
It's my Etsy shop group, and I'm just over 100 members, and I gave a bag away when I reached 100 members. And I was speaking to somebody on Facebook last night, and she's like, I don't hear you talk about it on your podcast. And I'm like, whoa. I don't.
Marketing.
She's like, you talk about everybody else.
We pimp everybody else's stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going to start big by talking about it on this podcast. And I am going to do a coupon code, which is ongoing for for members of the group. It's going to be 20%. And the code is going to be Tangled Friends 20.
So basically, if you want to take advantage of the coupon code, you have to become a member of the Tangled Skeins group.
Well, you won't know about the coupon code unless you watch the podcast, because I'm not posting it in the group. And the other thing I'm doing is a huge giveaway. I'm going to give away a set of my wee bag, my sock bag, and my sweater bag.
Ooh.
In the fabric of your choice, if you win. So I've been racking my brain trying to think about what a prompt would be. I don't want to do the usual, so I'm still thinking about that. I should actually say it here, because then I want people to watch the podcast. That gives the podcast more traffic.
It's all very strategic.
Yeah. Putting myself on the spot.
No pressure.
No pressure. If you could knit anything, and that's the only thing you could ever knit again, what would it be?
Well, we know Selma knits sweaters until Kingdom Comes.
You know, some people ask if you could only have one yarn, if you could only have one needle. What would be the only... That startled me.
I'm sorry.
But what would be the only thing you would knit? Would you knit sweaters?
Right,
Would you knit socks? Would you knit scarves? Would you knit hats? Would you knit whatever you're going to knit? What would be the only thing you would knit? And the only way you're going to know how to answer this question is by watching the podcast. And if you watch the podcast, one word answer in the thread, and do not chat.
Don't give it away.
Don't give it away.
Don't cheat.
People are just going to see things being named, and they're not going to understand what it is, and that's the point. I want you guys, I want the traffic, so help me out.
Yep. Come on over.
Yep. And we have all the other usual coupon codes that you can find in the thread.
Yep. Because we're now we're now just over an hour and a half, so.
Woohoo!
Says the woman who keeps badgering me.
What did I say to you
much.
yesterday? In your office?
That you, apparently some other friends commented on the fact that Sue complains about how long the podcast
Not just
is.
friends, viewers.
That she shouldn't worry about the time. And
I keep
I've been
telling
trying
her
to
that.
tell her that for... You see? Jeepers creepers. We're all trying to tell you the same thing.
I know.
So there you go.
So that's it. It's getting really warm in here.
It is.
Yeah,
That's for
the
sure.
sun's coming through the window. We got the lights on. It's
Either that or we're just hot.
Happy Saturday.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah. Happy every crafting thing you can think of.
Absolutely.
And happy Hanukkah to everybody, because it starts tomorrow.
Oh,
Yay.
okay. Excellent.
I'm putting up my Christmas decorations up tonight with the kids.
Christmas is coming upon me this year. Yeah, I don't know.
I have to find my candles.
I'm usually very excited about it, but this year I'm just finding it kind of like,
I'm overwhelmed by Christmas
You've
already.
had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I've had a lot of things going on. So
Part of that
it's
is
kinda
because
like,
Rob and I actually went to the mall on Black Friday. Not to buy anything, we went to walk, because the mall is a mile long. So we went to the mall for a walk in the evening of Black Friday.
Thinking what?
So many people.
So it was a slow walk.
I'm already all Christmased out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So enter for the giveaway
yes.
of the bag, enter for the giveaway of the 3 bags in the Tangled Skein. Tell your friends, invite your friends.
Come sign up for the winter camp.
Come sign up for winter camp. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Excellent.
Bye.
Bye. I was doing that to Crystal's baby the other night. And he's like,
What's this lady doing, man?
he couldn't get it. You can stop it now.